And good evening, everybody, and welcome to our show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing, and it's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. My name is Rich Sharp, and here's how the game works. We've broken the horse racing calendar into 4 separate tournaments, and each tournament consists of approximately 10 racing days. We pick 4 races from each of those racing days, and we compete against each other for prizes. We have 4 horse players, and each player makes a mythical $2 win place bet in each of the 4 races that day, and we measure who wins the most amount of money on each individual racing day. So the horse player with the highest amount of money after 4 races wins that particular race day, and the horse player with the highest amount of money after 10 weeks is the winner of that tournament. And at the end of the year, we're going to have 4 individual tournament winners. There's 1 individual year-end champion. That's based on the total amount of money that you win for the whole year. That's how the tournament works. And now it's going to be time to introduce you to our horse players. I'm going to go in time zone order. He's all the way out on the East Coast in Staten Island, New York. He's my good friend, Ray Torado. How have you been, my friend?
Hey, how are you guys? Doing good. It's been a long week, long 4-day week, but getting some quarter end stuff working and getting ready for the summertime.
Nice, nice. All right, I'm going to turn it over to my neighbor here to the north, and he's also a good friend of mine, and he lives in Menifee, California. Steve Newsom, how have you been this week?
Oh, not bad, Rich. Short week for me. I took Tuesday off too, so
It seemed like a really, really long, long week for me.
Long
So,
week.
yeah.
for those who might be wondering about the background, that I'm not in my office, well, that's just a little bit over to my left here, and I'm not feeling well. I am actually trying to recover from getting COVID a little earlier this week, but I'm hanging in there, and I'm going to handicap with you guys tonight. We are missing one other member of our racing family right now. I believe he is truly having technical difficulties. So Joe English, who comes to you actually from Temecula, California, is trying to get on and join us, but we're going to go ahead and get started. And hopefully Joe is going to go ahead and join us. All right. As we often do here on Tournament Horse Racing, we are going to go back and we're going to look at what happened last week. And good news is last week was week number 10 of the Triple Crown tournament. So that was actually the decisive week. We got to find out who was our overall winner, and I will go ahead and bring that one up here if I can find the correct screen to show you guys. Here it is. And we were
Dang
at,
again. Rich just
yeah,
freaking
we
Mm.
were at Churchill Downs for the
blank.
Stephen Foster Handicap. Again, not a big number up there by any means like that, but I did take that week's tournament with $20.80. And again, uh, my mind's going to be a little vague this week and things like that. Normally, I can rattle off what happened last week and things like that. I cannot remember for the life of me exactly which horses led to which victories for me last week, but I did appreciate it. And that did for as far as quarter number 1 was concerned. That went ahead and pushed me to the top. So
Olympiad.
Here,
oh yeah,
round of
yeah,
applause.
Olympiad. You're right.
Remember that name? That could be the horse of the year.
I managed to nose out Steve there by just about $17. Ray finishes in third, and Joe is in fourth. As we say, we always have the wins over there as well as for who wins the individual racing days. Makes no difference as far as the tournament's concerned because it's all based on how much money you win. But I did get 4 of those. I got 4 of the last 5, and that closed
Congrats.
out.
Man, damn.
That closes out the Triple Crown series for us. Normally I'd make a much bigger ado of it, but as you can imagine, after having COVID this week, I'm just not feeling up to it. I will tell you that the prize for this particular tournament comes to us. I'm not sure if everybody can see this, Joe or Ray. And you know what? Let me stop.
Yeah, maybe put yourself
Yeah,
on the big screen
I'm
again.
gonna stop
There
sharing
you
my screen here and things like that. And I'm hoping you guys can see this because I've got my background up.
Mm.
And I will show you the prize for the Triple Crown Series, which comes to you as a donation from one of our players. Steve Newsom donated this one, and this is uh, pictorial quarters that represent all of the the Triple Crown winners in history. And so each of the races,
Wow.
this includes American Pharoah and Justify, so it actually does have every single one. and I do appreciate that, Steve. You know that's going up on the shelf. I just have to,
Yep.
I just have to recover from getting ill, and this one's going up there for sure. I really appreciate you donating that, and I really appreciate the victory. That was a lot of fun to compete against you guys. And unfortunately, I would
It's a
love to
hell
have
of a
won.
come from behind.
It was. It was a nice come from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the
you did
midway
well.
point, I wouldn't have picked myself, but there I was doing my best Yada impression. All right.
Congrats once again. Congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations, Rich.
Let's go ahead and we're going to head back to Ray's neighborhood. We are going to Belmont Park, and we are going to start off. And Belmont Park, of course, is in Elmont, New York. And we're getting ready to start off what we call the summer series as far as our tournaments are concerned here. And this one will be heavy in New York, just for you know, if you like that. Saratoga does get featured quite a bit. There's also Monmouth gets in there one day, and Churchill Downs for that Arlington Million tournament. So, and just a little smattering of Del Mar. So we do have a couple of weeks of Del Mar in there as well. But today we're going to start out with race number 7. They are going a mile and a.
Oop,
You guys can
is your
still hear me?
audio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, there
okay.
it goes.
I think my iPhone for whatever reason activated and going to take over my headset.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll start that over. We're on race number 7, and they're going a mile and a quarter on the inner turf surface. This is the Belmont Oaks Invitational Stakes. It's a Grade 1. The purse is $700,000 for Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere fillies. 3-year-olds foaled after August 1st, 2018, and before July 31st, 2019. And your morning line favorite is in post number 10. And this is an invader coming over here from Europe. Trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Ryan Moore. Concert Hall is 3-1 on the Belmont Park morning line. And actually, Joe was slated to go first. So I was going with the traditional Joe, Ray, Steve. Instead, we're going to go ahead and start with Ray in this one.
Okay. Um. Well, first of all, welcome to Belmont Park.
Mhm.
You know the favorite Ryan Moore. I hope he has a good slice of New York pizza before this race, so he can warm up for the mile and a quarter. Um. Now I just wanted to say that you know this race. I mean, if I had a choice, I would have bet everybody. It's just a
Yeah,
wide open
that's a,
race.
that's a
I
good
would just
one.
click on the all button, buy the race, and hope that the 10 doesn't win. Because there's some good prices here. There's some good horses. But Chad Brown has a whole bunch of horses too, so most likely he'll be a winner. I settled kind of on the number 3, Hardy. He's a lightly raced horse. They're all 3-year-olds. Some have more races than others. But I settled on her because I don't know. Very not often do I see turf horses win by open lengths, and Rich knows what I mean.
Hmm.
They usually close finishes, neck, nose, half length. This horse 3 times has won by 3 and 4 lengths, drawn away, and she looks pretty good. She won the Penn Oaks last time, finished third she was rushing, coming hard in the Breeders' Cup and Juvenile Turf at Delmar. That's her only defeat. So I think she'll make a step forward here, get that Grade 1, and she looks to be very talented. She get the figures. Flavin Pratt jumps on the board. So I'll probably be joining Steve with this pick. But it'll be harder for me in a wide open race. I'll take 5-1. You probably get 4-1 from a lot of these horses. That might be the favorite anyway, 4-1 around that. But I'll take Hardy in this race. Steve?
Yeah, you know what? Surprisingly, I'm not going with the 3. I'm going with the 4 with the Moonlight.
Okay.
I don't
Look
know
at
anything
that.
about the
All
jockey
right.
trainer, but the trainer's
Oh, Frankie,
47%
sorry.
at graded stakes,
Mm-hmm.
19
He's
races.
He's
It's
a
a
legend.
Dolphin horse.
He's a very good.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Charles
the good.
Appley. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Godolphin.
that's yeah, he's Godolphin's guy in England.
Oh, yeah.
Is one at the distance. So 6-1.
Hmm.
I like it.
I'm taking a little chance here.
Yeah.
Right? You
Oh
say
boy.
keep going east, right, Rich?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, and that's the problem in this race is
There's so many of them.
Oh,
these
yeah.
European. You saw the favorite is actually from Europe as well. That's Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien is kind of like their Bob Baffert. And then again, Charles Appleby is a sensational trainer from overseas. They come over here for a reason. This race has a $700,000 purse to it.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
that, and New York's not that far from England, so you're going to have a lot of really good European horses in a race like this. Um, and yet I still went with Haughty. I,
Oh, you're
uh,
the one. Okay.
yeah, and I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm thinking, I know I had backup picks because I thought this was a wide open race, and I would have gone with the all button as well. Um, but I agreed with what Ray said. First of all, I like the performance here at Keeneland back in October. So as a 2-year-old, as Ray said, pulls away and wins by 4 lengths, has an easy victory, comes back, give him a shot there, or give her a shot in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, which is a Grade 1. That's as good as it gets. And yeah, she finishes third, but just by 3/4 of a length in a 14-horse field, and then comes out and wins really easy in the Penn Oaks in a 5-horse field. So Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt, we've gone on and on about that on this show. Those two are fantastic, and so that's exactly where I went as well. So all right, I'll give you the 3 as well as Ray's giving you the 3, and Steve went with the 4. And I would not argue with anybody who has about 7 or 8 horses in this one
Hmm.
because I was with
Oh,
Ray.
yeah.
I'm going to hit the all button if
Definitely.
I had chance. All right, let's get back up. Okay, let's get to the right tournament and Summer Stakes. And we will see if Joe is able to work out those technical difficulties and join us. But meanwhile, we are going to move along to race number 10. And this
Race number
is,
8.
oh, excuse me, excuse me, race number 8. See what COVID does to you? Time warping and everything. All right, they're going 6.5 furlongs on the main track. This is the Victory Ride Stakes. It's a Grade 3. The purse is $150,000 for filly 3-year-olds. Your morning line favorite is in post number 5, trained by Norm Cassie and ridden by Joel Rosario. Pretty Birdie is 2-1 on the Belmont morning line. And let's see. Well, we're going to slip it up. So, Steve, you're going to get to go first on this one.
Yeah, well, you can keep it here. I'm going with Pretty Birdie. At the time, I didn't realize Pretty Birdie was the favorite, but that's all right. Yeah, Joe Rosario sprints is at 26%, so that's a pretty high number. Nice 4 furlong workout, 1st of July. Horse has won a few times, his second a couple of times. Be in the running.
Yeah, as much trouble as I had the first race, I understood. Right? It was a big field, a lot of Europeans coming in, things like that. This one I thought was equally hard. There's actually probably 2 or 3 choices that seemed like they were pretty close. I thought Pretty Birdie was probably the best choice as well. I decided to go one up here. I went to Wesley Ward's horse, Happy Soul, before. Um, I did play against her that last time over there. That's at Pimlico for on Preakness Day and the Miss Perkins, and that was here on this race and things like that. But previous to that, she had won, out of her maiden special event, and then she won 2 stakes races. Did not have the best performance there in the Ashland, where she finishes 6.25 lengths off the lead. But the race caller does note some trouble. Bumped at the start, pressed and tired, and then Lady Scarlet did put on a good performance there, loses as the favorite, comes back, Wesley Ward, really known for his 2-year-olds. He's got John Velasquez aboard for this one. The young lady does have a lot of speed. She has a lot of good early speed, so it should be interesting to see between her and Pretty Birdie. And I also like the two a lot as well, Smash Ticket. So that's a California horse who's coming out here and who has shown who's shown the ability to travel and who has also shown some early speed and has Mike Smith aboard. But I did stick with the 4, the Wesley Ward trained horse. Uh,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
I've got.
I'm imagining a 3-horse pace battle here between Smash Ticket, Happy Soul, Pretty Birdie. So I'm gonna go with the 7, Sterling Silver for Thomas Albertrani and Trevor McCarthy as a closer. She's getting better. Um, she looks like a true one-turn closer, if you want to put it that way, sprinting.
Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody gets loose and goes all the way, that could happen too. But I'm thinking the 3, the 4, and the Smash Ticket. I'm sorry, 4 and the 5. They're gonna go out there and bang it out. And Sterling Show should have a good trip. If she's good enough, I'm just hoping to hit the board. But like I said, her 3 sprints have been. She's won actually all of them closing. So I'm gonna. She's a New York bred, so she's open company, so she's a little bit under the class here. But she's moving up. If they're good enough, they'll win. I see a lot of New York breds win open races if they're good enough. So I'll take a shot at 8-1, Sterling Silver. And Joe has arrived.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, and my picks are being brought to you by Fireball and a crappy computer. How you
All
guys?
right, there you
Say,
go.
damn, you're taking a shot?
All right, there you go. Welcome.
When you started your computer at 9 o'clock and you just getting on at 9:31, yeah, I'm taking a shot. The computer's lucky it's not taking a shot.
I think it's the plug. I don't know.
I don't know what it
Yeah,
was.
no, that happens. Yeah.
What did I miss?
Freaking
And
Windows.
actually, don't you know what? Don't tell me. Where are we at?
Windows
Looks like
11.
looks like you guys
Race
just
8, end of race 8 here.
Restart. Race 8.
okay. Okay.
Let's give us race 7, and we all good.
You want to go? You want to go backwards? You go race 8 first.
I can go either or. I can go race 8 or race 7. Why don't we just do it in order? I'll just do race 7. I'm on race 7. It's the Belmont Oaks, correct? I'm on the Chad Brown runner consumer spending. 3 for 3 with Manny Franco, including being undefeated this year. And she's got more tactical speed than her stablemate McCulloch, who tends to be beaten by horses who always get first run. And this is the same thing consumer spending should be able to do. And I just think she drew better than the chalk. I know she's only 5-1 herself, so she's not much higher in the odds than the chalk. But I went, like I said, if you're betting New York bred turf, grade 1 New York bred turf stakes for fillies, and you're not betting on Chad Brown, where have you been? Race 8, I went like Rich. I went with Happy Soul. Not just 2 for 2, 2 for 2 by double-digit lengths both times. So it could be that she just loves this place more than she loves any place else. And she can sit off the pace. There was one of her races last year that she sat like a length off the pace, so she doesn't have to necessarily be on the lead to win. And when she's been sprinting, she's 5 for 5 in the exacta. So I can't see. I mean, getting 3-1 on her, she's the third choice. I'd take that. I mean, she probably will be third choice legitimately. So I went with the 4, Happy Soul, just like Rich did.
All right. So we are all together now. That's the 4th member of the team. Welcome, Joe. And you are just in time for, well, what has got to be the feature. This is race number 9. They're going 1.25 miles on the inner turf. It is the Caesars Belmont Derby Invitational Grade 1 Purse is $1 million. It's an invitational for Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. 3-year-olds foaled after August 1st, 2018 and before July 31st, 2019. And your morning line favorite is in, I believe this is in post number 7. No, excuse me.
13, Rich.
Post number 13. Sorry, I'm on the wrong race.
13.
Yeah, on the last race. Sorry. 13. Stone Age. Again, trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Ryan Moore. And this one is 9-2 on the Belmont Park morning line. Well, you know what, Joe, you know what, you just joined us and you just gave us 2 in a row. Why don't you go ahead and finish up? Go ahead and give me the third one here.
Okay. It's funny. I actually like Stone Age, and because the price is 9-2, I'm going to take Stone Age here. The horse that he lost to in the Kazoo Derby in Ireland last time, Desert Crown, is really well regarded over there, and he won relatively easily. But this horse wasn't bad. He was up close for most of the race and faded a little bit late, but that was a mile and a half. 2 races back, he won at a mile and a quarter in the trial for the Derby that they ran in, and that was a pretty strong effort. And he was on the engine, he was on the front end, but obviously he can rate a little bit. And the one thing I know about him is that a mile and a quarter is not a question, whereas a lot of the other horses in this race have not been that far so far. So I don't like the draw. I wish the horse was drawn a little bit more inside. And honestly, if Tiz the Bomb had worked a couple more times in between the Kentucky Derby and this race, I probably would have gone in that direction, because I like Tiz the Bomb a little bit here too, because he hasn't been back on turf since last year, believe it or not, since when he ran second behind Modern Games in the Breeders' Cup juvenile turf. But give me the 13. Again, don't like the draw necessarily, but you're still getting a double-digit favorite, so pretty much any price here is going to be good.
Steve, why don't you go ahead and go?
Okay, I went with the 11, Emmanuel, with Irad Ortiz, Todd Fletcher combination. Tough to pass that up. Winning it winning at 33%. And Irad on turf at 29%. I like those odds. Horses had some nice workouts on turf in back in June, and won his last race at Belmont on turf. So
yeah, it's his only race on turf.
He's finding his groove on the turf.
Yeah. All right, I will hop in here, and I believe I went to the other Euro. This is the Charlie Appleby Frankie Dettori combination, and this horse had won 4 in a row, going into that same Kazoo Derby Memory of Lester Piggott Grade 1 that the other horse, the Aidan O'Brien horse, is in. And neither one of them did particularly well in that particular race. It was a 17-horse field. Looks like they both kind of just about split the pack there. But this horse, Nation's Pride, is Godolphin. This is Charlie Appleby. Frankie Dettori is one of the best jockeys in the world still at this point in time. And this horse has also gone a mile and a quarter. Has actually gone a mile and a half. So they've gone quite a bit distance. And even if it hadn't, it is out of the sire line of Galileo. So I went ahead and went with the number 10. And Ray, you're going to go ahead and bring us in here.
Another tough one. Probably a triple to get the win. I went with another lightly raced horse here. 7, Side Dog, Grand Motion, Manny Franco. Third in American Turf. I think that's the race that we handicap on Derby Day. Before that, he was 3 for 3, winning the Transylvania, and then he had broken his maiden at Belmont on 7 furlongs. He's got Manny Franco. It's 3 out of 4. So this is definitely a class test here for him. Got some good horses here, but he might like it going longer. The Sire Slumber, if I remember, won a big race at Belmont. I can't remember. This is, years ago.
Manhattan, Ray.
The Manhattan, right? Slumber, yeah,
Belmont Day was 14
yeah,
to 1, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. That was a crazy race too. I think somebody opened up and he came closing.
Yeah.
But you know, give it a shot. You know, even if he get first or second, get a good price. But he's improving. I'm sure I like. And you know, it's a very tough race here. Very tough. You know, manual, limit liability, or the Euros. You know, even to the bomb. So it's gonna be a good one. So the trip, whoever gets the best trip should win. So pace makes the race. But I'll take a shot here. All right.
Yeah, there were a couple of horses that were in the Kentucky Derby that were in this race, right?
Yeah.
I was tempted on both of them, but I decided to
Classic
go.
Causeway. They ran out options for him, so throw him on the turf.
Yep. And
He
then
might surprise
also
too. He's got some talent.
The only thing is
Kiss the Bone.
we've already proven that I don't think 10 furlongs is what he wants to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
All
very
right.
true.
So, after the $1 million race, we will go ahead and we'll finish up with a good old fashioned maiden race, right? For race number 10, they're going 7 furlongs on the turf. This is a maiden special weight event. It is with a purse of $75,000. It's for maiden 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Bred Registry. Well, with that kind of a description, Ray Torado's going to be going first. Right.
You know it, and you know what? Race 10, a race like this, if you're still around, you got money left. Because let's tell you, this is NYRA's finest. Throwing in one of these clinkers at the end to just to savage the pick six, all right? But anyways, other than that, I'm digressing here. Let's see who I picked here. I'm going to the next page here. Oh yeah, I'm way on the outside. Number 12. Hey Mac, it's Jack. Don't know much about the trainer, but it's, I mean, Kerry Brion, but 20% for 75 starts. But anyway, I'm taking IRAD. The two tough races, the last two state bred, these are state bred, so show some speed, tied a little bit against these. Speed might do well. So I'll take a shot with Hey Mac, it's Jack, and I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know so about this trainer, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I
know.
said.
I mean, it's not an out of town horse. I mean, it's been running in Belmont, so or Laurel maybe. I don't know. Anyways, um, this is his eighth start. He's a gelding, so let's see what happens. He got speed, so you never know. Speed could just go all the way. Hey Mac, it's Jack. I like the name. Who's next? Steve.
That's actually gonna be me because I got
Oh,
the
you?
same horse.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I,
right.
I might as well go because I got the exact same horse. Hey, Mac, it's Jack. I strictly played the speed angle. The horse does not look like he is going to appreciate the extra furlong, if I'm not mistaken. But out of Laubin, I wouldn't think that 7 furlongs would be a problem. And speed does help here. And those were both 10-horse races or 10-horse fields. And he looks like he should be, close to or on the lead based on the performance right here. And then other than that, everything that Ray said. I read Ortiz on it from the outside. I have no idea who Kerry Brion is. I'm not sure about the Mariano Brothers stable. And I hate 0 for 7. And the gelding angle is not a first time gelding. It's just a gelding. So I am on the 12. Not a strong, real strong,
It doesn't
vote there
sound
for
like
the
a
12.
strong 12, Ray.
But I did not. Yeah. Well,
But
I,
if this makes you feel any better, I'm on the same horse.
Oh
okay,
man, that's
okay.
it. Let's play the pick four. We single this horse, man. That's it. We're done.
Single. Hey Mac, it's Jack. It's four. It's four of us. All four of us.
Can you believe that?
Joe's gonna change his
Hold
pick.
on just
Hold
a
on
minute.
tickets. Hold on tickets
Hold
because Joe's gonna
on just
speak.
a minute. We need to have some diversity on the show. The horse is not going to be 1 to 9. It's not. No.
Right.
And Rich, you said you hate 0 for 7. You're gonna love my pick. I went with the horse down on the rail,
Oh boy.
Greenpoint. The reason, well, I mean, the name, because the name kind of sounds like where we grew up in Brooklyn, a little bit. But here's the thing. I'm thinking this horse at Belmont is run 5 times and has finished second 3 times. If he's 10 to 1 and he runs second, no matter who wins, what would that pay? 7, 8,
Okay.
$9?
Yeah,
Yeah,
A
that's
tournament
fine.
like this, I'll take that. Even if he doesn't win, that's fine. Give me the second place tick. That's cool. I mean, Rich was talking about the other horse who probably wouldn't appreciate the 7. This guy might. Look at the horse. Look at the race
Yeah.
2 back
Oh
with
no, I looked at yeah. I
the
saw it.
jockey on. Is it Andre Worry Ray? Is
well,
that his
yeah,
name?
yeah.
And now he goes from Andre Worry to Trevor McCarthy, who I would think is probably a lot better in the saddle.
Yes,
Nothing
yeah.
against Mr. Worry, but I mean, he ran out of ground last time. He only got beat a length and a half. I'm not worried about the rail draw because the horse really has no early speed anyway, generally. So, like I said, I'll take a cluck up second for $7 or $8 in that spot. No worries. You guys, if you guys have the winner, more power to you. But if I have the horse that runs second, like I said, at least I won't get a 0 for the day. So give me the 1 Dream Point.
I'm gonna be loving that 112 exacta box, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Saving $2 for that.
Nah,
Sure.
man, Meadowlands pace eliminations tomorrow night, Ray. You gotta save money for that. I got run 145 and change tomorrow. I'm telling you.
And last week,
I saw. Anyway, let's not.
Oops. All right.
Let's
Have
not.
you guys? Did I get this correct? Because I know we
Yes.
had.
Minor correct.
All right.
Yep. Looks good.
I gotta mention 146 flat. Wow, man.
I know.
Come on
Yeah.
back.
Hmm.
Before we depart, because Joe didn't get a chance to see this, I will go ahead and show these to you.
Oh
Joe,
yeah,
this
Joe.
is-
Yeah, the
This
prize.
is this is the prize for winning this last tournament,
Oh,
which
cool.
did in fact go to me.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately.
There
Yeah.
should be a one-sided coin in there, real quiet. He lost by a nose.
Silver Charm lost by half a length. Too.
Half a length, yeah, yeah.
So,
And Big Brown never finished. So,
well,
so
All right. Anybody got anything they would like to add before we wrap this up? I think next week is our.
next week is Monmouth. Is Haskell?
I
Is that?
is it Haskell next week?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like I said, Ray,
Let's
that
see.
if
Is
that's
next week is July 16th, and that's the Diana Stakes and the Sanford Stakes at Saratoga.
Oh,
okay.
Saratoga. Okay,
And
weekend.
July 23rd would be.
Just
Oh, okay.
Rich, just put me down for Regal Glory at 3 to 5 right now. She can't lose. Can't lose.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite horses.
She's gonna go off 3 to 5. Anything above 3 to 5 is a gift. I don't care.
All right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and wrap this up for the evening. For Joe English and Steve Newsom and Ray Torado, my name is Rich Sharp. The show is called Tournament Horse Racing. It's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping and Fireball. I hope everybody has a good night and good luck.
Good night, all.
Good night.
All right. Good night.